All right, so we're going to focus on some head movement and footwork this morning. So this will be pretty fundamental. So it might be kind of old hat for a lot of you, but you know, if we want to talk about a hierarchy of defenses, don't be there. Okay, so whether that's me moving my feet or me moving my head, that's the height of defense. Is not allowing the other person to have the opportunity to hit me with something that really matters. Okay, and putting myself in a position where I can hit with things that matter. Right. So we're going to start just with focusing on footwork. So I'm going to throw my jab here, and then I'm going to pivot. I'm going to move about halfway. Joe's going to turn and face me. I'm going to throw my cross, boom, and I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. I get about halfway. Joe turns and face me. What I want to make sure that's happening on my side is, as I move here, I'm not allowing my feet to cross up. I'm not allowing them to get in the same line. And my hips and shoulders and elbows stay square to Joe. So the whole time I move around, if I freeze at any point, Joe should be inside of that. Okay? Not this. Not this. Not this. Okay? I keep my good athletic base all the way around. So I'm going to throw my jab, boom, and I move. I get about halfway. Joe turns and faces me. I throw my cross, and I move. Okay? I don't care which direction you move in. I would recommend trying to mix it up some. Don't do the same thing every time. But I'm not too worried about which way you move right now. Okay? Cool. One puncher, one holder, one hitter. I'll switch you. On three. Woo! So there's some of this kind of stuff. Yeah. It's hard to do it wrong. This kind of thing here. So what's happening is if I'm moving to my left, my right foot is moving first, and then my left foot is following. So there's this moment in time where my feet are really close together. Okay. The other thing that's happening is when you do that, you're moving up and down this way, so it's inefficient. If I want to go that way, why am I going that way also? I just want to go this way. Okay, so if you imagine that there's a ceiling, 4 or 5 inches over your head, your head should not be hitting the ceiling every time you go to step. So if you're doing this, that's what's happening. And I'm exaggerating a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so I want to stay in my stance. I want to stay, my knees are soft, they're bent here. I throw my jab, boom. I'm going to move this way. My head is not bouncing up and down, and my feet are not getting close together. If my left foot moves 6 inches, my back foot should move about 6 inches. If my left foot moves 6 inches and my back foot moves 3 feet, this is what's going to happen. Okay? Or if my right foot moves first and then my left foot follows, you're going to necessarily get taller for that moment in time here, and your feet are close together. If Joe goes to leg kick me at that time, I'm going to be in big trouble. Okay? So same side, same thing, but better. Jab, move halfway around. Okay, think about that ceiling over your head. Cross, boom, move, same thing. My hand should stay up the whole time. Okay? Don't get lazy just because you know nobody's punching you back. If he's close enough to hit you, your hand should be up and back. Okay?
See.
All right, on three. What's happening in the room, so if I've got mitts, okay? So Joe's throwing his jab here, boom. What's happening in the room is your jab is doing this kind of train locomotion kind of movement this way on your recoil. This is happening, okay? So when Joe throws that jab here, I'm just gonna look to touch him back up, okay? Just here, boom, boom, that's it. He throws, I'm just checking. Just make sure he gets his hand back, boom. That's it. I'm just extending my right hand just below his chin, his jawline. So if he's not getting his hands back, he'll feel it, but he's not going to get just crushed in the face. Okay? Yep. What's happening in the room is this, and there's about a third of you doing it. So if I'm throwing, is this. If he throws his right hand as I'm recoiling this, I'm going to get clobbered. Okay? And in a sparring round, all you need to do is see that once or twice. That's how somebody throws their jab. This kind of thing like this. You only need to see that one time, and that right hand's coming. Okay? So, X the footwork for just 30 seconds. And just this. Okay. On 3. Woo! It takes my head off of this center line. Okay? So this line is my shoulders. This line is my head. If I take my lead shoulder forward of this line, it takes my head off of that line. Okay? So when we talk about head movement, yes, you're moving your head, but you're moving your shoulders to move your head. Okay? And look, there are a lot of different ways to move your head. If you look peekaboo style, there's a lot of different ways to do this. Okay? But especially if you're new or relatively new, if you think about moving your shoulders instead of moving your head, it will keep you in good posture, good weight distribution, and in a position to counter back immediately. When people start seeing something coming at their head and they think, move my head, I break my own posture. If I move my shoulders, I shouldn't be breaking my own posture. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna throw the jab, and Joe's gonna jab back. Now, there's a training scar here that can happen on the pad holder side, okay? Joe's not in a race to try to punch me back in the face, because what happens is, if I'm truly just throwing a jab, we're sparring and I'm throwing a jab, boom, here, and as my hand is coming back, Joe goes to jab back, well, my arm is gonna be in the way, okay? But because everybody knows what's happening and everybody knows only one thing is being thrown and one thing is being thrown back, then the tendency is for the pad holder to go bop, bop, like this, okay? But that's not realistic. My arm's gonna be in the way. Boom, here. If he just immediately jabs back, we're gonna end up hitting arms out here in space, okay? So give a little half beat there before you return your jab. So I'm gonna jab, boom, Joe jabs back. I want you to miss small, okay? I jab, boom, Joe jabs back, I miss small. If that mitt grazes the side of my head, awesome. If you can fit a whole nother glove between your head and your mitt, that's too much. All right? Jab, slip, move. Reset, go again. Jab, boom, slip, move. Reset, go again. Okay? You don't have to go halfway around this time. Just take a couple steps out, let your partner reset. Listen, mitt holders, allow your partners to get that one step outside of the elbows before you go to square up to them. Let them get a feel for and sight for what getting outside the elbows looks like. It's easy for you to trace them right now because everybody knows where everybody's going. Yeah. Okay? One more time. I jab, boom, Joe jabs back, I slip, I move my feet. We reset, we go again. Jab only. Jab, return to jab. Slip, step.
Right.
1, 3. Cross, boom, Joe crosses back, I slip, miss small, step out. Okay? Listen, especially if these movements are new to you or newer to you, break them down into 2 moves. Slip and then step. Okay? I'm not saying you can't go, boom, here, slip and step at the same time. Of course you can. Okay? But 2 things. One, if you're not awesome at one, you're not awesome at the other, you're gonna suck putting them both together. Okay? Just saying. But also, if you always slip and step at the same time, you're gonna miss faster counter options. Okay? Doing it sometimes is great. But if every time I go here and I slip and step at the same time, I lost the opportunity maybe to go here. Okay? Because I added a step while I slipped. And I don't have that immediate counter option. Okay? So just be mindful of that. If you're slipping and stepping at the same time, make sure you're doing it well. Okay? And make sure that probably you're not doing it every time because you're going to miss some opportunities. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right, so one more time. I throw the cross. Boom, Joe crosses back. I miss small, and I step out. 1, 3. Woo! We're gonna run a quick drill. We're gonna focus on head movement. So you can move your feet, but I don't want you to rely on foot movement. We're gonna add that in a minute. So Joe's just gonna throw his jab here. I'm gonna have my hands down, and I'm literally just looking to not get hit. Okay, he's gonna touch me up some. Like if he's not really trying. Okay, but it's just about me putting myself in position to miss more than I'm taking. Okay, and not rely just on move my feet, keep my hands up, whatever, okay? You should be thinking about the whole time, and we'll add this in a minute, but the whole time I should be thinking about, could I hit from here? Okay, so when I'm slipping, when I'm moving my head here, can I hit? Can I hit? Can I hit? Okay, as opposed to, I do this really big move, yes, I cannot hit from here. Okay, I want to try to keep myself in position to where I'm making Joe miss small, but I can hit back here. Okay, I want you to stay in the pocket. Don't make it a track meet. Your partner, you're only feeding jabs. Aim to their forehead. Where it is, not where you think it's going. Okay? One side's feeding, the other side is moving. I'll switch you. You guys rotate every. So look, I mean, defense should be. Yes. Defense should be incidental by and large. It should be, I'm moving my head, I'm moving my feet, I'm keeping my hands up and back, and I'm thinking about hitting the other person. Okay, if I'm putting myself in position to where I can hit and not be hit cleanly, that's defense. Okay? The height of defense is I'm not actively trying to defend somebody else's offense. Okay? So with that, we have multiple redundancies in place for incidental defense. I move my head, I move my feet, I keep my hands up and back. So now, if I'm moving my head, look, if Joe throws the cross here, just keep going. All of a sudden it becomes a lot harder just by moving, right? And Joe can do the exact same drill to me, okay? It's just, I don't want to be embarrassed on camera. Now Joe can do the same thing to me. It's just harder to hit something that moves, okay? So now, if we move the head, we move the feet, and we keep the hands up and back, it should be that much harder for somebody to catch me with something clean, okay? When people start getting out of their structure, they start panicking, they start reaching, they start extending their hands out away from them, they settle right in front and just try to trade, okay? Unless you're Max Holloway and Gaethje or one of those dudes, don't do that. Don't just stand right in front of somebody and just, that's not long-term sustainable strategy. Okay, if you want to be able to do this for a long time, don't do that. So multiple redundancies in place, move the head, move the feet, keep your hands up and back. So now we're gonna run the exact same drill, but with all three of those things in place, okay? So Joe's still running just his jab. I'm still just moving, but I'm not relying just on or primarily on the head movement. My hands are up and back. I'm moving my head. I'm moving my feet. Here, okay? Again, I'm not making it a track meet. I'm staying relatively close to Joe. Here, I might even crowd him a little bit because that's movement. If I'm worried about just getting dinged up here, he can't ding me up nearly as much there anymore. Okay? So move your head, move your feet, keep your hands up and back without making it frenetic. Okay? Don't all of a sudden become a Jack Russell on crack. All right, still looking to work in the pocket here. I still want to think, okay, can I hit him from here? Can I kick him from here? Can I tackle him from here? Make sense? Yes. One side, you're just running the jab again. The other side, you're running your multiple redundancies of incidental defense. On three. Woo! Again, defense is for suckers. Put yourself in position to hit and not be hit. Okay? And that's way easier said than done. But if you get really good at moving your head, on its own. You get really good at moving your feet, on its own. You get really good at keeping your structure, on its own. And then you start putting those things together, it becomes much more difficult for the other person to catch you with something clean, okay? And it should put you in position, if you're not making it a track meet, you're not running away from them, right? I'm trying to minimize the damage that I'm gonna take, but stay in position to do damage, okay? If Joe can't hit me from here, that's awesome, but guess what? I can't hit him either, okay? So I want to put him in a position where he's kind of chasing me, but I'm in position to hit him, okay? And again, once you isolate the three things and you get relatively good at them, you start putting them together, then you can start playing with that structure. It's one of those, once you really know and have ownership of the rules, then you can start to break them. when you're new to sparring, you should be here. If he's close enough to touch me, I should be here. Once you start to develop kind of your own style, then you can run stuff like this. You can run longer guard kind of work. You can play a little bit. You can work ball sleeves, all this kind of stuff. But if you come out of the gate doing that against somebody that knows what's happening, you're going to spend a lot of your round looking at the ceiling. Okay? Don't do that. Keep your hands up and back. Move your feet. Move your head. Make sense?
Yep.
Good. Let's spar. Here we're Joe and I are sparring. So if you think of sparring like an exchange, a conversation, if I'm out here like this and I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm nowhere near being able to touch Joe. Right? This is small talk. This is because you don't know what the fuck else to do or say.
Weather's sure nice.
Okay? Yeah, like nobody cares about this. Nobody's going to care about this. Okay? I need to put myself in position to where I can have a meaningful conversation. Okay? This is just allowing Joe to get my timing, to understand the range. I'm filling space for no reason. Like I'm not doing anything here.
Correct.
Okay? Probably not using a ton of energy, but I'm using some and for no reason. Like this doesn't, I can't touch Joe. This doesn't help me. Okay? This is no good.
No bueno.
All right? No bueno.
No bueno.
Can you
Okay.
set yourself up for like a kick?
Maybe. But that's not what I'm seeing in the room. I'm just seeing this. Okay? Now, if I'm baiting him, if I'm trying to draw him in, then fine, whatever. It's higher level stuff. It happens. It's valid. Okay? But if that's all you're doing, because you don't know what else to do, then you need to recognize that that's what you're doing. Okay? Look, at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I need to do more damage to him than he does to me. Right here, I'm doing no damage. He might not be doing damage either, but that's not how fights are won. Okay?